I am your host, T-Jazz of TJAZZART&COMICS, and this is Thursday Night News. And we got some interesting stuff for you tonight. Starting with our good reviewer right here, Possum Reviews, for those of you who don't know. He does movie and TV reviews in his own special way. And as of 2 days ago, he has discovered something that YouTube likes to do. Doing new things without letting all the other YouTubers know. So, this is what he had to say. If you're a YouTuber, you should be aware of the changes to YouTube's algorithm this year. YouTube and other Google services will be implementing something called GIST, Greedy Independent Set Thresholding, an algorithm that seeks to prevent users from being shown the same thing over and over again from different channels by using AI to analyze the content and determine its uniqueness based on what it determines to be your video's category, niche, sub-niche, subject, format, style, and idea-information signature. The last two, idea-information and signature, are the most important because those are what will distinguish your content as human-made. I'll get back to that. So this is already at the start, this sounds like it's gonna backfire, but he's about to go into what this is gonna be. Basically, GIST creates an imaginary radius around a video based on those aforementioned criteria and will place other similar videos around this imaginary space. The closer another video is to the center, the more similar the video is, and therefore the less likely it is to be recommended. So if you're seeing a dozen or so channels all using stick figure illustrations while explaining top 10 most brutal historical torture methods or something like that, those types of videos are going to die off. Back to the idea-information signature. The algorithm will look for indications that your video was made by a human and not AI. It will see your face, if you show it, your voice, your editing style, your catchphrases, your humor, and so on. So if you use text-to-speech voices to explain something over unrelated video game footage like a million other channels do, you're in trouble. So why is YouTube doing this? You're gonna love this, guys. Because of the influx of AI generated and copycat content, YouTube is now flooded with low effort content that only exists to supplement not supplement, and revenue at the expense of the user's experience. YouTube doesn't want users to get bored or click off videos because they're not providing anything valuable. So these new measures, I think he meant to say, will reduce clickbait and rip-off content. Now, how many times has YouTube tried to stop clickbait, and this is epically failing? So as someone who reviews manga, for example, I can totally see us manga channels not being recommended because some of us, by no choice, have to use the same panels, especially if it's not animated. Now, the anime channels might have a hard time with this, but again, basically what he's saying is if you use the same music, if you have the same background or similar thumbnail, it's just going to bring you down and down and down into YouTube's algorithm. And if you're just starting out, well, now you're in trouble. And, this is also the best example. So I feel like the manga reviewers, and especially you guys who do video games, are really going to get screwed over. And, I don't think that's cool at all. And again, YouTube doesn't say anything, to its users. We already know, if you haven't heard by now, that the latest rumor is they may, I can't confirm this, but the rumor is that they may use digital ID for your comment section. They've obviously made a statement. I didn't have time to look at it, but I believe they said it wasn't going to happen. So please, if someone could let me know that in the comments, that would be fantastic. But yes, if you're new like myself, or you're a veteran like this guy right here, just be aware of this. And this is just awful. I can see this backfire tremendously. Just when you think they try to fix something, they really can't fix anything, right? And speaking of backfiring, this is an ever developing story going on. So, as most of you are likely aware, the infamous mangaka who wrote Act 1, or Act Age, excuse me, not Act 1, Act Age, has now been revealed to be working with this manga company again, but under a pen name, even though he was court ordered not to make any manga whatsoever. Now, how did this pass me? I don't know, but another manga creator, Masuko Tensei of, sorry if I'm butchering this, Rofijin, comments on the recent topic of the author's lives being exposed. When it comes to enjoying a work, it's probably better not to know anything about the author. That said, I'm just a person living my life, and I use social media to enjoy it. Now, I get what he's saying right here, but I feel like there are, especially with certain files coming out as of late, you should be aware on the type of a media you are consuming, as well as who do you support. Obviously, I am against censorship, so by no means do I think banning is an option whatsoever. Banning any type of art isn't going to do us any good, right? But what I am saying is we should all be aware of who we give our money to. And sometimes that is tough. But as the saying goes, guys, vote with your wallet. If you can find any independent manga artists, or, as we have to as of late, the lesser of two evils, then do whatever you can. Because remember, guys, at the end of the day, you have the power to give somebody with at least decent or good morals your money. Like, as an artist myself, none of us are perfect, but we're talking about a serious crime. And if you don't know, they have posted the timeline of events on what happened, and including the Act Age Award, um, the charges that they are with, and how apparently he got into the this manga company under the pen name, which I'm kind of surprised because, and there's tons of YouTube videos on this as well. I just also feel bad for the mangaka who drew for him, because I hope that, if you weren't aware, this is the same manga artist, who is currently drawing Ichi the Witch. And I hope she does not get dragged into this as well, because she didn't do anything. And from everything I found, every investigation, she has been cleared of any wrongdoing at this time. So this is just gonna be explosive, guys, and this is probably still developing. So overall, I say just vote with your wallet. And speaking of wallets, finally, now, side note, I forgot to add this last week, but apparently Death Note has a musical, and it's going back to London's Barbican Theatre. Forgive me if I'm mispronouncing that. The acclaimed musical Death Note is returning to London this autumn 2026 at the Barbican Theatre. The hit manga musical is making a welcome return to London following a number of sold-out concert performances at West End's London Pendulum and Lyric Theatre in 2023. Death Note the musical is back in London for a full production and limited season at the Barking Theatre from the 30th of July to September to September 12th, 2026. The musical is based on the best-selling Death Note Japanese manga and had its world premiere in Tokyo, Japan in 2015. It has subsequently enjoyed 3 sold-out seasons in Korea. This new production, which also plans to transfer to Broadway, now this is where I'm a little iffy, FYI, will feature a revised script and newly written songs alongside the original acclaimed score by Frank Wilborn. And for my theater nerds, this is what he done. I'm sure you know Jekyll Hyde as well as Bonnie and Clyde. And what also makes me nervous is the director of Hamilton will be directing this as well. The only positive note is we did get a I don't know if he's a designer, but it says designed by John Bosser of Spirited Away, and I've heard nothing but great things about that. The rest I wouldn't know, like I don't know this number, but I don't know, guys. And of course casting has not been announced yet. I don't know, guys. I feel kind of iffy about this, especially when things have been changed. Like, yeah, I could see, like, maybe you got puppeteers when Light is working with the other main character. I can't remember his name, but the character William Dafoe was playing in the Netflix adaptation. Great casting, unfortunate show, by the way. Um, I don't know. I don't. As much as I like theater, I don't feel really comfortable with this, and I didn't even know it was a thing, especially in Korea. But we'll see how this goes. I'm hoping it gets good reviews, and whoever gets the roles, as we say, break a leg, and best of luck to you. Well, that's it for tonight, guys. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoy my content, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the notifications, and like the video, and comment on it. And I will see you guys in the next one.